We can't let them get away. All they have to do is eat 3 or 4 children and they'd be the most appalling publicity.
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you will ever listen to.
Your final bros are here. It's Brian Hardboy LaGrassa and Shane Dunspar Smith. It's Sequel September. It's the second week of Sequel September, folks.
Woo! We are going strong. We're going to finally finish a series because this series only had 2 movies. Gremlins 2, the new batch.
An HBO TV series now.
Oh, is it really?
Or something like that. Something like the Mogwai.
Well, we don't do TV shows, so this is it. We're done with Gremlins after this. Me and Brian want to start wrapping some movie series up.
Put a ball on some of these.
Yeah, so Gremlins, you're done. Final Destination, maybe we'll do the 5th one before Sequel September, just to get it over with.
Just to put a rifle in that thing?
Yeah, just to take it out behind the shed and put it down.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of sequels to get to, so we can put that one to bed probably
let's get rid of it. Yeah. Let's get rid of it.
Yes.
Gremlins 2.
Yes, let's talk about Gremlins 2. It was a surprise. I thought this movie was going to suck.
I thought it was too. It's not a horror, literally at all.
Neither was the first one.
No.
I guess it was a little bit more.
It had more horror elements to it.
Bloodier?
I don't even know bloodier. It was just, it had more of a creepier tone at times, I guess. Because the actual Stripe is kind of a,
he's a cool character.
He's a villain.
That's I feel like this movie had some cool characters here and there, but there was really no villain. Was the brain guy the actual villain?
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no standout villain.
The ergot gremlin, the villain.
Oh my god,
they're just taking these serums and just busting out.
When you saw ergot gremlin, did you think Leprechaun 4?
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of in space a little bit. Yeah,
the spider.
Spider.
Ugh.
Yeah,
bad movie.
Yeah, for sure, Shane. It was pretty cool, man. I
enjoyed
characters.
It. Yeah.
There's a lot of different actors and parodies. Fucking Hulk Hogan was in with a stupid break the fourth wall element. Hulk Hogan's probably the worst part of this movie.
I feel like that worked in the movie theater. As you're watching the movie in the theater, it doesn't work when you're watching it off Amazon Prime in 2023.
No translation. I see what they did. I see what they were going for. It didn't land for me.
No, I feel like you should have took that out of the DVD copies.
Because Tony Grandel Gremlin was a total hit.
I love Bruce. Yeah, he does.
Absolutely kills.
Yeah, I agree. I also love Gargoyle Gremlin.
Gargoyle Gremlin absolutely murders. And the fact that they bring back those neighbors from the fucking other movie to literally stone that guy, that gremlin. So that gremlin does, it's basically vampire gremlin.
Yeah, Did we kill them in the first, did we Necronomicon one of them?
We might have. I mean, was it the Forester kill? Was that what it was?
Yeah, where they get hit by the truck. I want to go back and listen. We did this episode, I feel back in December. It was just a December episode, right? The first Gremlins?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago.
So, I got to go back and check. I'm just curious if we put people that were alive in the Necro. Because they would be the first alive characters in the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Even though they were clearly dead in that first movie.
No, we necroed somebody in that movie.
Yeah, I just don't remember if it was them. I'll check.
It was definitely going on almost 2 years. It was that set. It wasn't last year's set.
Right? It was. That's why I'm not sure.
I don't think it was last year's set because last year's set was the Mrs. Claus set. I don't think it was that set.
Find out real quick.
That was the Better Watch Out, Silent Night, Deadly Night 3.
No, 2. Silent Night,
Deadly Night 2.
Yeah.
Mrs. Claus, and then
P2.
P2.
Yeah. Gremlins goes back to the December before that. You're right. Yeah. Gremlins was episode 87.
Catch our 87th episode of Gremlins. Now we're double that.
I know. Damn. Wow. That we did Krampus, Ginger Dead Man, Silent Night, Deadly Night 1, and Gremlins.
Epic. This podcast this thing has gone on for a while now.
It has, and it's been a fun ride.
It's been a hoot. That's how I describe it. I'd say it's a hoot.
I would agree with that assessment.
It's a real slammer. This movie is wild. Wild is an understatement. This movie is zany. It's crazy.
It's kooky.
It's very kooky. It's a 90s movie. It's 1990. It kind of feels like it. It's crazy. I feel like I'm watching Animaniacs on steroids.
The cast is so good.
It is good.
Like you said, people just appear.
Christopher Lee's
It's Dr. Catheter.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor's father, Lionel from Smallville.
Lionel Luthor, who's my favorite character in that, and is my favorite character in this, probably, maybe barring the Tony Randall Gremlin.
Tony Randall Gremlin is so great. Yes, the science behind this is fascinating.
I get the idea of this movie that, like, it's so irrational that it's funny. Like, for me, like, I'm there and I'm not at the same time. Like, I think sometimes it's just, like, because the thing, Gremlin comes out with, like, glasses. Like, where the fuck did the glasses come from? Like, there's just, like, some irrational shit. But, like, you gotta, like, suspend that.
Yes.
To enjoy the movie.
Like, there's also things that are, like, throwbacks to the first. Like, when they break into the cooking studio and they see the microwave.
Yeah.
And they destroy it. Because, like, back in the first one of the gremlins was killed in the microwave. Like, I actually like that, like, callback.
To blow up the microwave, yeah.
So, we're kind of talking about the movie. So, you want to spook it?
Let's do that, Shane. Gremlins 2, The New Batch. That's released in 1990. A New York City skyscraper with all that big tech is taken over by icky, dicky, somewhat spick-holy gremlins. This was directed by Joe Dante and Chuck Jones, and it stars Zach Galligan as Billy, Phoebe Cates as Kate, Howie Mandel as Gizmo. I still can't believe that.
That blows my mind every time.
Tony Randall as Brain Gremlin, John Glover as Daniel Clamp, and Robert Prosky as Grandpa Fred. Some would say an irrelevant character. Some would say he does broadcast it, so he is important. Neither here nor there. We can all agree on one thing. Gizmo is the cutest thing that has ever happened to the history of humankind, right?
Literally adorable.
Like,
every time he is running with his little feet moving, it's just, he's adorable.
Yeah, like, it's like this little batty hamster.
Yeah.
But it's so loving and adorable. I feel like this movie, though, I don't know, it wasn't, like, as, like, connected to the characters as the first movie, if that makes sense, because it's kind of like fending for its entire life and becomes John Rambo.
Yeah, I fucking love when Gizmo becomes John Rambo and just throws the fire arrow at the spider gremlin.
Literally love it.
Yeah, so that's the thing, though. This movie, Gizmo's barely in this one, I felt like.
Yeah, he is. It's true.
This is more so about Billy. Billy trying to get a promotion, and all the other gremlins and, like, what they're up to.
I just love how they're in this building, and they're like, everyone's it's very corporate shit.
Yeah.
It's that corporate shills that they try to get over on one another, and you're playing a game, and you're not really working.
No.
You're just trying to get the next promotion.
Yeah.
It sucks, but that's what corporate America's all
Yeah.
about. And everyone's putting up a facade, and nobody's real, and that's the case, and Billy just wants that promo. He's due for it. The thing is, what the fuck is he doing? I feel like everyone's got, like, jobs, and he draws. He doodles.
Okay, so I believe he's the project designer. Like,
I hope you were not going to say architect.
No, he doesn't.
Because there's nothing blueprinty about anything this guy does.
No,
he draws.
He's the he's the graphic designer.
He's a sketch artist.
Yeah, he draws up what it should look like, and then the architect comes in and draws up the blueprints.
I literally love Lionel Luthor in this movie. He's so fucking good as this businessman that just, like, literally hears an idea, any idea, and thinks it's great. He wants to run with every single idea that comes into his head.
How do you think he makes all this money?
But it's every idea.
Yeah.
It's literally every one that he's presented with. But that's corporate America. You get the scene where she basically trashes because his drawing
doesn't have elm trees.
Fucking doesn't have elm trees. He puts the elm trees in, and the guy loves it. He's like, maybe you should get rid of the elm trees. And she's like, oh, that's a great idea.
She's like, I definitely thought of that. Let's just talk about first before we get into the corporate aspect. Just that, like, this movie opens with Mr. Wing.
Mr. Wing.
And he's still got his shop in Chinatown. He has Gizmo there. And Mr. Clamp.
It's Forrester, but he's going to bring in the TV and set it up to speak with Clamp.
Yes. And he wants to buy the shop from him so he could build his, like, super mall or whatever.
I think he wants to build a newsstand here, if I'm being honest. And
he's not selling, but they hear him cough. So Forrester's like, he'll be dead in 2 weeks. He's dead in 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's old. This is like the fucking craziest thing. He doesn't sell. He's literally dead in about 2 seconds. Transition, and there's...
And they've bought it, and they're demolishing it.
Yeah, they're they're literally knocking it down. They literally knock it down
without taking anything out.
No, I'm saying because they don't give a fuck. They just want the land. The gremlin, I mean not the gremlin.
Mogwai.
Gizmo is still in there.
Gizmo has to escape. He gets out. He gets abducted by a fat twin.
Yeah, the fat
or clone. I don't.
At this point, he's probably a single.
Yeah.
Because they clone up at one point.
Yeah, they do clone up.
He clones up, but right now he's just there, I guess, to observe the property and catches himself a Mogwai.
Yeah. He's going to bring it back because for some reason they decide to rent out an office space to the genetics building.
It's crazy. This is the craziest skyscraper of all time. This place has got like camels and horses in it.
Yeah.
It's got like this random genetics lab.
They're just doing animal testing. They're not even just doing animal testing. They're making plant juice and bat juice
They're
they're
splicing. They're genetically altering stuff.
Brain juice.
Could you imagine all the animals that live in here that you just see throughout this film just go crazy throughout this? Plus, the biggest animal of all, Christopher Lee.
He's just in anything.
Literally Dr. Catheter, a.k.a. Dr. Dooku.
That's what my brother actually called him. Like, he kind of almost feels out of place in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, not that he does a bad job in the movie.
It's not a horror movie.
Yeah.
You know him as that horror guy that really like dark presence in the film, and he's not at all. He's just like a goofy doctor.
Yeah, it's like he's either that or he has to be the guy in Lord of the Rings, the bad wizard. I forgot his name.
Yeah, true.
Sauron? No, is that? Yeah, it is Sauron, right? That's all I picture him as.
Mm-hmm.
Or the poop Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, I also picture him as the guy in Wicker Man.
Oh, I only think of Nick Cage.
Oh, it's Lord Summer Isle.
Yeah, but the Nick Cage one was far superior.
Yeah, okay. His character in that's fucking kind of creepy. And
No,
I heard he like actually had to pay to be in the movie, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it's like one of those things for like promotional purposes. He literally did the movie for almost nothing.
That's
and
crazy.
Actually had to pay more money than he took in for that film.
Fascinating. We'll never touch it because we already reviewed the superior
We'll
one. Right?
absolutely touch it.
Yeah, we're gonna touch it.
Oh, we almost need to. I literally love that movie.
Okay.
We need to review that movie.
Well, if you look at our wall back there, all we have left is that Wicker Man.
I do need to open that door. It is fucking.
Yes.
It's too cold in here. I need to let the heat in.
And Eyes Without a Face. Right? Is that all that's left?
From the horror wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have to do it. I always said our goal was to finish that horror wall. We're getting through those last two.
Are those literally the last two?
Yeah, I think so. I think we literally did everything else.
You're right.
Yeah, we gotta do them. Just to say we did the wall.
We made some serious progress on this wall.
We did. We missed that wall.
Make some progress on that ass.
Ooh, Dale's not even here anymore.
Oh my god.
How hot was it with the two of them in this room?
I've been saying this for at least 2 episodes now. This is the most fuckable podcast in the entire planet.
Yeah.
We're a horror podcast.
Yeah.
We're not a sexual podcast.
No.
We're not call her daddy, call him hers daddy.
No, we're just a horror podcast.
Literally a horror. We're not a comedy podcast. We're just strictly horror.
Right.
Nothing but horror. We literally go through the entire timeline of a movie.
Yes.
Scene for scene. Shot for shot. Some say we go a little crazy, but we do it.
Yeah, we do.
It's a
It'll go a
horror
little wrong.
podcast. Thing is, we're the sexiest podcast
It's
out
so
there.
true. It's so true.
I would literally love to know that screwball that gave us a less than 5-star rating. All we need is 5-star rating.
Yes.
If you can just give us 5-star ratings
On Spotify, we love you forever.
All we do is watch horror movies. We love it. We come here, we talk about it. This is a clean program. It's a family program.
We want 5-star ratings on Spotify's, and we want subscribers on YouTube. The final podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, we don't promote the YouTube at all, but if you can give us that subscribe, we're gonna be changing things up
We
here.
got over 50 subscribers now. We're kind of a big deal.
We're like the biggest show out there. I know we're pretty much like known as an audio only podcast.
Yeah, but you know, we got video. We record. We're on there.
We have a video. We're out there. I just realized
the light's a little dark. Oh, it's in shot.
it's definitely in the fucking shot.
You know, we said, you know, we make mistakes. You know what it is? Movies, sometimes they leave the boom mic in. Scott, that was a test. We want it on our IMDb page. We'll have one day. We want that in our bloopers trivia section.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm literally just gonna cut that out, and I'm gonna cut this out.
All of it?
Just the last part that we're talking about this goo, because I'm literally just going to zoom the screen out, and it's not going to be there.
Oh, okay.
Easy. 1, 2, 3.
What
bang, bang.
Fucking the magic of editing.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So smart.
Okay. Gremlins 2. Okay, we really haven't talked much about this yet, so let's get into it. So we're knocking down Asian buildings.
Yes. All right.
Call it Vietnam.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Jesus Christ. So that's all good. We're now in the building. We know what his job is. So let's talk about how they meet. They're in the lab. Gizmo is humming his song.
Yes, he is.
And
he hears it.
And the guy who looked like John Leguizamo starts singing it. And Billy overhears him singing it. And he's like, yo, where'd you hear that song?
He's like, oh, the genetics lab. He's like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm there every Tuesday.
So Billy goes, checks it out, finds Gizmo. Rescues him.
It's very clean. Things in, he's going to leave it in the drawer of his desk.
Yes.
It's a very hostile area. A lot of crossfire.
Well, there's people going in and out. There's his boss, Marla, who barely hits on him.
Barely.
She's like, Billy boy, me and you are going to go right to the top, Billy boy.
Oh, that exaggerated New York accent.
She is... You smashing?
I'm not smashing. I'm only smashing my fiance, Shane.
I
see what you're trying to do here.
Well, it's a valid question.
The question is, would I smash?
Yeah.
And the answer is, if I was not engaged, I would say no, because I would only smash what the idea of my fiance would be. See, this is what happens when you get.
I just figured they were both redheads.
Yeah, I know. Pre-fiance, Brian LaGrasse is an animal.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking.
The thing is, when I mention this and I say this, the psychological damage it does to my fiance is crazy. I'm gonna say a girl is cute. Like, I understand why Aunt Sauce McGavin would do this.
Yeah.
Because they don't take it well. But if they do it, it's okay, which I call it out.
Good. I'm glad you do, because the double standard shouldn't exist.
Well, no, because I'm like, yo, Hayden Panettiere is fucking hot.
Yeah.
I mean, who's also fucking hot? Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, very hot.
But I'm just kidding. They're not hot because I'm engaged.
And you only have eyes for one, and you ever have.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying with the redhead thing.
Yeah.
Because she is a redhead.
Yeah.
Marla.
Fiery.
She definitely smokes a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah, it's a big turnoff, that part.
Yeah.
Not into the whole smoking
Are you
thing.
into the redhead?
Oh, yeah.
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 She's vibing?
I'm vibing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the smoking part, but the rest of it. Yeah.
You're New York in the 90s. You're literally
I
a chain
am.
smoker.
Yeah.
You're literally a chain smoker, and you listen to Chris Isaac music. Like, that's what you're doing in the 90s.
Yeah. It's the 90s. I'm just listening to Pearl Jam.
Listening to Pearl Jam and going to Mets games.
Jeremy Small.
Oh, my God. And trying not to be a victim of a crime in the subway.
Well, I mean, New York was the safest in the 80s. Everyone knows. I can't even say that without laughing.
No.
New York is a cesspool that should have been blown up years ago.
Yeah, it's literally the greatest city that's too good for its own
Good
well-being.
Yeah, it's terrible. Okay, so we got Mogwais in the desk. Billy's boss is going to be like, hey, do you want to go to dinner? I don't know why he agrees to go to this dinner. She's clearly hitting on him and clearly going to put her foot on his penis.
I know why, because John Glover's character, I'm just going to call him Lionel Luther because I keep forgetting his name.
I feel like it was Clamp.
It's Clamp. So Clamp's going to walk by, big swing and dick of this place, right?
Yeah.
He's going to walk by, and he's going to love his drawing.
Yes.
Right? He's going to love him. Love the drawing. She is going to then be like, okay, Clamp likes this guy.
Yeah.
So he's like, I got to ride him now to get to the top.
Literally.
Yeah, so she wants to write him, so that's why she takes him out. And now all of a sudden she has a newfound respect for this employee before she wanted to write him up and put him on a pip.
Yeah, and like this is that awkward Canadian dinner where her foot's just going in between his thighs while they're bringing out the chocolate moose head.
And he likes his girl. He's not into this.
No.
He actually packs it up early.
He's loyal to his girl.
Yeah,
he's like, I am done. I'm going home to Kate. She has to tell me a great story about how her dad died in a chimney.
Yeah, it's a very charming tale. But also like, it's things because it's like one of those scenes where before they leave, she sees them leave and she's just like probably thinking the worst.
Yeah. Well, girls never think the worst.
No, they would. They would think the absolute worst because women are sick. I love women. They're amazing. Some would say they're smarter than men. Others say they're crazy.
We lie somewhere in the middle, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, but we do need. I always say, like, I always rag on the women.
Yeah.
We need women. There's nothing sexual about this movie.
There is, though, that lady Gremlin who hits on Forrester.
Dude, I think like sucks Forrester's face off.
It really does. And he's into it at the end.
Do you think they name him Forrester because of the Forrester?
Maybe. His name is Forrester, right?
Yes, Forrester, and
Yeah.
because of the thing in the
The first one was the Forrester, right? Yeah, it makes sense, probably. So Billy goes back to his apartment to see Kate. And he's like, Kate, I need you to sneak in and grab Gizmo.
And she doesn't even bring. She's quick. She doesn't even bring up the fact that he just went out. She saw him. She caught him.
Yep.
But yeah, so he asked for a favor. It's a very important favor. Guy comes in with lipstick on his face.
Yeah.
Totally disregards it. He doesn't even know it's probably there. And in any case, yeah, you need to rescue Gizmo.
Gizmo's having his own troubles, though, at the office. Because Gizmo's out and about, and there's a guy fixing a water cooler.
You ever play the game Dodge the Sink?
No.
Dodge the Faucet?
Never.
Dodge the Water hose.
Never played it. Should I?
I don't know. The Gremlin here. I keep calling him a Gremlin. The
Mogwai.
little Moggy.
He's playing it. He loses. And he burst out into 4 more Mogwai, I think it is.
Pops quick. Yeah, he's like a little raccoon Mogwai.
Yeah. And
then this really annoying one.
so why do Mogwai only come out as assholes?
I don't know, because like there's only like one nice Mogwai.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I remember they kind of like went into that a little bit in the first one. They don't even touch it in this movie. There's no lore at all. This movie's just crazy. Which to me is like my only like
Pet peeve of it.
pet
Yeah.
peeve of this movie, because like the first one was a little magical. Like it did go into more of the lore. They did explain why he was nice, and now I don't remember
Me
why.
either. It's
don't know-
been so long.
I don't know if it was the relationship he had with
Mr. Wing, maybe he trained him.
Yeah. They went into it a little bit. I don't remember because it was so long ago. But yeah, they don't touch it in this movie.
Well, the lore is always iffy because they even make fun of it in like the movies. It's like don't feed it after midnight, but like what time is not after midnight start?
Yeah, and they do like I feel like they even joke about the whole like plot and loophole of this movie because you could just like change the time.
Yeah.
And, like would it stick? Like my guess is they are on like a biological clock.
That's
right?
what I
Like,
assume too.
And like even if you change the time or they're in a different time zone, whatever it is, it's sticking to the.
To biological clock.
To the stick.
I actually agree with that.
I feel like that's the only way to rationalize that.
Yeah, because like if it's midnight and you just travel it backwards in like a different direction, that's not midnight anymore. You could keep feeding it. It doesn't make sense.
But I do like the rules. They do keep the rules.
Yeah,
you know,
they do.
You can't have it drink water because
Yes.
then it's gonna have babies.
Yes.
You can't put it in bright light
Or a melt.
because it's gonna melt and fucking die.
Yes.
Shane.
Yes, it will die.
And then the third one is you can't feed it after midnight because when you do that, it's gonna become a gremlin.
Yes, and no one wants gremlins. They got claws in their assholes.
Yeah.
So Kate comes in. She clearly grabs a Mogwai that is not Gizmo.
Yeah,
I feel like she should know this
She
is not
literally-
Gizmo.
She literally took the Down syndrome Mogwai.
She did, though. You're not wrong. Its eyes are literally rolling into the back of its skull as she picks it up.
There is literally one eye. It's like doing its own Undertaker impression.
It's like, ah!
This thing is so hyper.
It's insane. It is the ADHD Down syndrome gremlin, as we are dubbing it. And it's so funny, too, because when she brings it home, Billy's just like, the fuck is this?
This is the furthest from Gizmo.
He's like, do you not recall Gizmo like at all? It was just last year.
Does this look like a bald man that hosts America's Got Talent? I don't think so.
This is clearly not the Deal or No Deal guy. So they hide him as then the Murray and his wife. I can't remember their last name.
Can we just call them the Foresters? They're not.
They're not, but we can call them the Foresters. Aren't they like the Letterman or something? Or
The Leachfield?
oh God, they do have like a name. What the fuck is their name?
Surely we all thought they were dead. They are not.
Yeah, Futterman.
The Futtermans?
Yeah, they're the
I
Futtermans.
do like them in this movie.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I did like their characters. I do like how they randomly show up at this place at this time.
I love how they also like they're like, yeah, he's had PTSD since that whole accident.
That's really funny.
It's a good way to write him back in, I guess. It's kind of like forced, but I don't
Do you
mind.
think Joe Dante is like on drugs while writing this?
He might be. Well, doesn't he cast that guy, though, in like all of his movies?
Does he really?
Because wasn't that the guy who was the delivery truck guy in Toy Soldiers?
Small Soldiers?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I'm not sure. Shit, I haven't seen that movie since I was literally like 7 years old.
Neither have I, but I strictly... Dick Miller. Pretty sure.
The fact that you know that, and when you were like, what, like 7 when you watched this?
Yeah. Small Soldiers. He was Joe in Small Soldiers. Yeah. Because let's see what Joe Dante directed. I'm going to look him up real quick. Now I'm just curious about Joe Dante, but we could keep...
style of these weird, like, small, almost toy-like creatures.
Yeah. All right. So they obviously go back to the office building because they realize there's an issue.
There is an issue. They need... I think the big thing for him is he wants to turn off the power.
Water.
Is it the water or the power?
No, it's the water at this point because he doesn't want them to multiply.
Okay, so he goes to that thing, and that's where he gets arrested.
Yes. And the Mogwai attacks the cop's face. And this is, we literally just talked about this, when people see clear evidence and still deny what they just saw, which is the cop's like, that wasn't anything. What is that? You're a small cat?
I know. So here's my thing. Like, he gets arrested. She bails him out using all of their mortgage money or rent money for the next month, whatever. I love how it's just a casual write-off, even though they'd be crying and shrieking in agony.
Because it's New York and they can never afford to live ever
100%.
again.
So, I think the timeline is like, this is like 12 in the morning, and like they literally go back. So it's like the next day.
And they show, though, that the gremlins are right in the cocoons, are right. Like the Mogwai are in cocoons turning into gremlins.
In the cocoons. The other ones are like, at this point, are they like getting into food and they ice cream downstairs at this point?
They think they're rats.
They think they're rats, and everyone's like kind of making a little hubbub about it.
So they close the building, right? They close the building for extermination.
He's begging them. He goes to the control room. Yeah. He's like begging them to shut down the building. And I don't know if this is...
This is the scene where the gremlin...
Is this the scene? Do they cut to the cooking, or do they actually just show them that pop out of the control station?
No, he pops out of the control station right here.
Yeah, right. He makes the joke about the time change, and then he pops out and just...
It starts biting his nose.
Mauls him.
Yeah, it fucking absurd. And then they're like closing the building down. But they're like, we can't cause a panic, though, because there's nothing wrong. We just need to close the building. Because they don't ever want to, like, say what's happening because they don't want to, like, lose stock investors or whatever.
Like that publicity thing.
Yeah, This is, though, where everything goes haywire.
Yeah, this movie really... So this movie's pretty much, like, pretty stable for about 50 minutes, and then it just goes from, like, fucking 0 to 100.
Yeah. So the second that thing pops out of the control booth, I think is the next part where they go to the cooking part.
The cooking show?
Yeah, where like this like Rachel Ray or who's it? So who do you think this is supposed to be?
I don't know. It looked like Mrs. Roper.
Maybe it is.
More redheads.
Yeah. This movie's filled with redheads.
Yeah.
I've been saying it for years. We just need more redheads around.
Yep, that's it.
Yep. That's right. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so now that we got more redheads, their cooking shows are getting ruined, though, because the gremlins are throwing pots, they're blowing...
suck, let's be honest.
Well, did you notice she put vodka or some kind of alcohol in literally everything she made?
Yeah, because she's literally an unfit person. She's like an alcoholic. She needs to be thrown into like a jail or something.
She needs AA.
She needs something.
Well, yeah, so her show is going to get ruined because gremlins are jumping out of the pasta.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're coming out of the cupboards. They're literally taking over the show. I remember what are these things? Then they're throwing pots and pans and dishes into the microwave, and that's gonna blow up.
Yep. So she quits and just leaves.
Yeah, she's had enough. She's out.
The audience runs away.
Of course.
They're done. They've had enough.
Now you're panic. It's panic.
It's bad. Pandemonium.
Calamity.
Yo, look it up. Look, it's a kooky movie.
It's very kooky. It's zany.
You know what this movie's not, though?
What?
Schlocky.
It's not schlocky. It's also very realistic.
Yeah, it is. So while all this is going on, things are going crazy. I think then we cut to the magic potion portion of the movie.
The magic potion portion of the movie, yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So gremlins get into the scientific lab, right? And they're just eating all of the potions.
So this movie, they're going to be eating different potions. They're going to be drinking different potions, consuming them.
Yeah. So one guy drinks the brain juice and he turns into Tony Randall.
hilarious. Like I said, as I said earlier on, he just gets glasses and
a jacket,
and his tweed jacket, and he just becomes like this philosopher.
How do you feel about him actually being on like the Late Show with David Letterman?
That's what it feels like. He's like this narrator throughout this whole movie.
Yeah.
One of the things that I don't think we did mention is that he does have this vampire friend in the
Fred.
in the building. This old grandpa,
Dracula Fred,
and his purpose is a plot device to basically broadcast out so people outside know what's going on in the building.
Yes.
That's pretty much sole purpose. I don't have to elaborate really on him.
No, that's all he does. The whole movie.
Literally the only thing he does.
His character arc is, hey man, I wish I was more important, to him just getting a job as a news reporter to end the movie. That is his sole purpose in this movie.
Yep.
The movie could have survived without him.
Yeah, I feel like he could have been. I feel like they should have wrote him in as more as like a old man give advice to Billy type character. Nope, they didn't go that route at all.
No, he's just Dracula doing the news.
Yep.
Some of this is gross. Like when the one where the tomatoes are growing on the gremlin actually grossed me out a little bit. I don't know why. Just
fungi gremlin.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting to look at.
He ate that like the little garden.
Yeah.
Yep. Fungi gremlin.
Skeeved me out.
And then there's Tony Randall. I think they call him the brain gremlin.
Yep, brain gremlin. Then you have like pop star gremlin, like the hot like.
The girl that just like becomes a whore.
Yeah.
The whore gremlin.
Horror gremlin. Well, doesn't she have like a dance number like where they all flip the? Yeah,
that's funny.
She's like the Marilyn Monroe gremlin.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this happens now, but I do know there's a couple of more. So I know that the spider one happens later.
Later, yeah.
But I think the bat one
happens now
yeah.
because it literally sprouts wings, and then Brain Gremlin injects him with sunblock.
Yes.
So he's able to fly out. He's like, this should be interesting.
I love how he automatically knows he's going to make it outside, so he does actually go outside.
Yes.
And he's okay. And he actually runs into the one character that has a connection to the first movie.
Yes.
So ironic.
Yes, considering it's New York and everyone just always runs in. You always see the same people when you're in New York. It's not crowded.
No, not crowded at all. This only happens in meet cutes.
Right? I feel like I'm watching a rom-com.
Yeah. But instead, this guy's going to cement the bat.
Yeah.
And then the bat's still going to have enough to, before he completely cements up and Stonehenges himself, he's going to fly up to a top of a cathedral and do his best Goyle impression.
He looks like the Goyle in VHS 1.
Yeah.
A movie we're going to cover.
Kind of reminds me of like the Goyles in, those like little friendly Goyles in Hunchback.
Yes. Except this one tried to kill Mr. Futterman.
Yeah.
So now that Mr. Futterman knows what's going on, he needs to find a way in the building. He wants to help Billy.
And he's just going to get in.
He is, but not right away.
No.
First, we got to see Mr. Clamp. He's going to throw his secretary gremlin into the paper shredder.
Yeah, well, because there's a secretary, then he goes back outside and sees that it's not his secretary and it's actually just a gremlin.
Yeah. He throws it in the paper
They're
shredder.
going to have a little tit for tat, little fighting, and he's going to shred that thing, and he's going to have green blood all over him.
Yeah.
It's going to goo.
He gets gooed. Billy's going to show up, be
Billy.
like, I know everything about this. I know how to fix this. They come up with this elaborate plan. They're going to trick the gremlins into thinking it's nighttime, but then they're going to drop a curtain. The sun's going to come in. They're all going to melt in the lobby.
It's a genius plan.
You like it? I like it.
I like it. In order to do this, they're gonna like speed up the time in the actual building.
Yeah, they're gonna show the clocks are a certain time. They're gonna put a giant like tarp over the building to show that it's like nighttime, and then they're gonna pull the carpet out.
Pull the wool over.
Yes,
everyone's eyes.
exactly. It's a great plan.
It's not gonna work though.
Well, no. So Mr. Clamp is gonna go into a secret fucking phone booth like exit way or
amazing. I mean, yeah.
It's very Superman-esque.
It's Mr. Clamp, dude. It's Daniel Clamp.
Yeah.
This man is big tech.
He is. He gets out.
Apparently he's big pharma too.
He's huge pharma. He gets out. Mr. Futterman then takes it to go into the building.
Yeah.
This is when we also see now, I think it's Electro Gremlin, who is just electricity.
Yeah, I don't like this part. Yeah, I don't like it.
Not a fan?
There was suspending disbelief.
So you don't like when Electro Gremlin comes out and absolutely murders Christopher Lee?
I just don't like how you can take a phone and then throw electricity out of it. Like, what's going on?
It doesn't make much. Well, no, it literally makes no sense.
They trap electricity using a cell phone, like a corded phone.
Yes. Well, it kills Christopher Lee first.
It does. Dr. Catheter gets fucking fried.
Yes. And then somehow they trap him inside of the phone system. I truly don't know how that works.
And the funny thing is, in the phone system, there's like this little screen that shows him trapped in there.
And he's like yelling. It's so weird.
This is like some Josie Packard and a doorknob shit. Except that they...
This is the Twin Peaks of Gremlins.
This is nuts.
It's absurd.
This is like peak mania.
Is it as absurd as Hulk Hogan now?
No.
Cutting the film off.
No, so they make this whole joke about, like, you know, you've been watching Gremlins too, like, the reels are going to go off.
Yeah, they love watching Snow White, so they're interrupting your movie.
Yeah, you're going to get Hulk Hogan do a horrible promo.
If you don't let me watch that movie, brother, I'm going to come up there and brother.
Dun, 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 dun.
So he brothers all over the place, and the movie goes back on. At some point, Kate, his like, this reminds me of the time it was Lincoln's birthday, and my mom had just come up. And he's like, dude, stop. One is enough.
We're not doing this.
I kind of like, it's a solid like in joke by Joe Dante to like include that.
Yeah.
Like, I guess maybe it was a meme, her like describing her dad dying on Christmas in the middle of a fucking gremlin attack.
Yeah, I know.
So I actually do like that like scene.
Yeah. He's got a good eye for comedy.
He does.
Yeah,
He does.
He's very clever.
Toy Soldiers is a great movie.
It's Small Soldiers.
No, isn't it Toy Soldier? I thought I saw it was Toy Soldiers. Are there two movies?
Is there a Toy Soldiers?
Let's see. I thought it was Toy Soldiers. Oh, it is Small Soldiers. You're right.
What is Toy Soldiers?
That's probably just something I've made up. Let's find out.
I remember watching a movie called March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a movie.
With toy, like soldiers in Toyland. Because there'd be that song, Toyland.
Okay, the good news is Toy Soldiers is a movie.
Okay.
The bad news is Colombian terrorist Luis Cali takes an American prep school hostage as a means of gaining his drug lord father's freedom. Oh my God. I need to check the budget on this movie.
Yeah, please, because does this star Steven Seagal where he does a bunch of karate, nobody touches him, and he bangs an 18-year-old?
No, hold on, because I just saw a name as the main character, and if this is who I think it is, we are doing this on Final Friday. The main character is Andrew Divoff, the guy who played the Jinn, the human Jinn, in Wishmaster 1.
God.
I may need to watch this movie. This may be
an action movie?
Let's see, because this may be the greatest like stumble find of all time.
Is this where Divoff just puts a bunch of people in the lamp, and then he bangs an 18-year-old?
Oh my Lord! Where does it show what type of movies these are?
At the top of IMDb.
It does, right? Where?
Show it on the app.
No, I don't see it on here, and that's kind of. Oh, here, action drama thriller.
That sounds lit, dude.
Okay, the cast is fucking awesome. It's Sean Astin, Will Wheaton, and Andrew Divoff.
Yeah,
this is being watched.
Yeah, but that's also not Final Friday, I don't think.
When
is that? What year is that?
1991.
That might be high budget, Shane.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a really high budget, and I'm getting more sad about that because the budget was 10 mil.
Yeah, back then
that's a high budget. That's a high budget.
That's a shame.
Damn it.
That sounds lit. Colombian cartel, you said?
Yeah, I just like a group of troublemaking boys decide to take a standoff when terrorists seize control of their boarding school.
It's like Red Dawn, but with terrorists.
And boy, I actually think I might just watch this movie.
Yeah, that sounds fucking great.
Okay.
That sounds lit.
Stumbled upon something awesome.
Divoff crushes. Absolutely fucking murders.
He is so good in that first Wishmaster. Yeah. We got to finish that series. We did the first two, right?
Yeah, we need to do the third.
The third is such a
downer. Divoff is in it or no?
That's why.
Yeah, he's special. He's a talent.
I think he gets recasted for the third one because I remember watching the third one and being like, "Yo, this fucking sucks."
He is that series. Though.
He is.
He is that series.
We said this, like how pleasantly surprised we were with the first movie.
Well, because he it's so hard to execute the one-liners, and his one-liners, his like pretext to kill
is fantastic.
Is literally mesmerizing. It grips you.
Yes, he is so good.
You are in. You are fully torqued when you're watching the Div.
I love it. I can't give that movie an 8.
It's great.
Yeah.
I can give it like a high 7. It was just like I expected it to be absolute dog shit. Let's just be honest.
Yes, and it was great. It was like a 90s like classic. All right. So we're honestly getting there. So the next thing that happens is the spider zombie. Gremlin.
Again,
Sorry.
There's so much craziness happening. It's hard to talk about this in chronological. I can't say that word.
Chronological order. But yeah, the spider zombie does. Spider zombie. Fuck. The spider gremlin does come up here. And if you think we haven't mentioned Gizmo, that's because Gizmo spends this entire movie in a vent.
Yeah, and he does get taken.
Yes.
He does get taken hostage by a crazy gremlin.
And they put like the electric thing up to him, and like
they literally, because he's watching like Rambo in the beginning of the movie in the shop, I think.
Yes.
And fucking Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a bad impression. But in any case, like, I know at some point he does get like Velcro taped to a toy railroad.
Yes, and they're like running him over with the train and stuff. But once he escapes, he fucking puts on the eye paint and like
he's got the
red bandana,
Velcroed headband from when he got taped up to the train.
Yeah. So Marla and Kate are getting attacked by Spider Gremlin because they get caught in the web, and Gizmo just comes in, flaming arrow pencil. I love that it's a pencil. His arrow. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did.
It's incredible, and he just launches this flaming pencil and just. I guess this was a combustible spider because it ignites instantly.
There's a lot of chemicals, Shane.
Yeah, true.
Chemicals. It's crazy. I'm sure it's flammable.
And Spider Gremlin's toast.
Yeah, it's milk toast.
We mention milk a lot lately.
It's butter ash.
Butter ash.
It's fucking dead.
It's so
just like every spider should be.
Yes.
I'm sick of these people that want to keep spiders alive. These sick
spiders should be. Insects in general should be burnt on sight.
It's true. They should be dead.
They
terrifying.
Should not be put into a barrel and released into the wild.
Dude, I absolutely smashed a 1,000-legger the other day.
You had to.
I fucking crushed it with my shoe. And this thing, like, just, you know, like you bust it and sometimes it has juice?
Yeah.
I didn't even see the juice. I busted it, and all that was scattered among my floor was its legs. Literally, legs everywhere.
It was a big one.
Huge. Blasted it. Thing was just like chilling on my wall. So I literally just took my sandal. It was actually it was actually a Birkenstock. It was like and I hit it down, and it was upside down. You know, like they're really fast.
Yeah.
But when it was upside down,
he couldn't move.
It couldn't move. So I had all the time in the world to just cock back my arm and just give this thing a George Foreman haymaker with my Birkenstock.
And it blew up.
Smashed it.
Nice. That's what it deserved. So that thing's dead, like the spider gremlin.
Well, if you saw the devil, wouldn't you smash it?
100%.
Well, I tried to smash this evil.
It is the devil. Mm-hmm. You know what else is the devil? Everyone gathering in a lobby, thinking it's nighttime, and they're gonna go peruse the town.
Sure.
And it's not nighttime.
No.
But there is a thunderstorm.
They're getting ready to unveil it. Thing is, it's almost like it's the same time they're going to unveil it. There's a thunderstorm. There's clouds. It's overcast.
So, Brian, thinking on the fly, what do you do here?
What do I do? I'm going to get my phone.
Yeah.
I'm going to definitely use it to zap the fucking water and electrocute people.
Yeah. So they come up with this sick plan because if this doesn't work, they've like literally annihilated the world. They turn the sprinkler systems on. So all the gremlins are incapacitated because they're giving birth.
Well, it's a risk, though. It's a risk.
High risk, high reward.
You can tell Billy, because Billy's so sure that he's going to be able to spill electricity out of the phone, out of the corded phone, because we've all been there.
Yeah. So they wet all the gremlins, so they're incapacitated giving birth. And then, like you said, they fucking Hadouken the electricity gremlin out of the phone.
Out of the phone system.
And it melts all the gremlins.
How does it work? He just transfers the electro
call. I guess he transferred the call.
But he does like a jerking motion and moves it forward.
That's why I say like Hadoukens it out of there.
Wild.
And everything dies.
This is like some shit out of like Halloween Season of the Witch.
Yes. But not everything dies.
Okay.
There's one gremlin, for some reason, stayed behind. Marilyn Monroe gremlin.
Yeah, because he needs to get with Forrester.
And Forrester seems like he's into it now.
He might be. He might be in that kinky furry shit.
I think so. Basically, then all that happens is Billy and Kate are happy. Clamp gives the Dracula a promotion. and Forster hooks up with Lady Gremlin, and I think that's pretty much everyone's arc wrapped up.
Well, I mean, like Marla becomes his head of PR. Out of nowhere.
Yes, that does happen too.
He's just into all his ideas. He loves Billy's ideas.
Yeah, Clamp and Billy actually are a better couple than Billy and Kate.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there.
Kate seems like a nice.
I like Kate.
A nice girl.
Yeah,
though.
but doesn't beat Billy and Clamp.
Well, no, because Clamp is goated.
Clamp is incredible.
He's literally incredible.
All right, and that's Gremlins 2. Good movie, zany, kooky, wild. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Because I'll be honest, it's not as good as the original, but I had a blast watching this movie.
Absolute.
Go.
Killer. I was like killer time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like it's not a good horror movie because it's not, but it's a great comedy.
You're saying this was a heater.
Yes, it's funny. It keeps you engaged. You're interested. It's a good time. Like I watched it and I enjoyed everything about it. There was nothing, like you said, there's certain things that like really suspend your disbelief, which is it does take away some points. Like the electricity gremlin makes absolutely no sense, but like everything else, I think my only real complaint is I do wish Gizmo had maybe a little bit bigger of a part, but I do love Rambo Gizmo. So yeah, I enjoyed myself watching it. It's a movie I could definitely see myself watching again. Not like repeatedly, but I would definitely watch it again if someone wanted to watch it. So I'm gonna say 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I have it at 6. I really did like it.
Yeah.
It surprised me. I definitely expect again, like the first movie I expected to not be as good, and it was good.
Yeah.
This movie I expect not to be as good. It definitely surpassed my expectations. It's a lot more clever than I expected. It's got a lot of good guests. There are parts that kind of like swing the needle back for me, like the Hulk Hogan scene. I wish that just wasn't in there.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be in there. I do agree with that.
I mean, like I get it that it's very zany. You're right. It probably crushed during the time, especially because like Hulkamania was running wild.
Yeah.
Brother.
Now no one gives a shit about Hulk Hogan. People want him gone.
Yeah, I saw him on a podcast. It was interesting because it's interesting to see him like talk shit about like some of the other wrestlers, like without talking shit about them. Yeah, you just know who they are based on how he's saying it. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Like shitty promo, something that we're not accustomed to.
Yeah, I sorry, I'm cutting into your review, but I was never a fan of Hulk Hogan, like ever. He's got a different kind of appeal. Yeah. More of like an American hero, like an American icon kind of wrestler. Don't care.
Fair. In any case, so it was really funny. Like the fact that they had like these cool like serum type gremlins was a cool addition. I totally agree with you. There was not a lot of like harmony between like Gizmo and Billy. Like there was no like feel good like come together moment. I do like the whole like Rambo thing. I think that was cool because they did like capture that early like late 80s.
I like that too.
It was really funny. I just think like there's elements that kind of like definitely took me out of it. But the characters were good. Love the characters. Love some of the new Gremlins that they brought out. And like for the most part, like it was a fun, wild, crazy movie. I'm surprised they didn't go for a third. If I'm being honest, like I feel like they definitely could have made a third. It didn't bomb. It was actually solid. So I'm surprised they stopped at 2. But yeah, no, it's a fun movie. Definitely recommend it.
Yep,
I would definitely watch again.
So I just thought I would bring this up. There are rumors that there is a Gremlins 3. I actually believe it's called The Curse of the Mogwai, coming out this December.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it going back to another Christmas movie?
I actually have no idea. It's being written by Chris Columbus, it says here.
Oh, that's the guy that did
the Harry Potters and some other stuff. So I don't know anything about it other than I saw it on IMDb when I was looking up facts about Gremlins 2.
If you go and see Chris Columbus's filmography, like check his directorial stuff. He's done a lot of movies.
I could definitely, okay. You're coming in real close, but I will definitely do that for us. Chris Columbus. He did Harry Potter, as we all know and love. He has also directed, let's see, his previous. Oh, wait, that's producer. Okay, hold on.
I know he's done some other big movies. So give it to me.
Okay. He did Pixels.
Trash.
He did Percy Jackson.
There we go.
I Love You, Beth Cooper.
Interesting.
He did Rent. He did Bicentennial Man.
Oh my god.
He did Mrs. Doubtfire.
There we go. Okay.
He did Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
Are you serious? The Home Alone movie, Shane?
Yep.
Those are probably his biggest movies. They're probably bigger than Harry Potter.
I would say Home Alone 1 is on the same level as the first Harry Potter, yes.
I'm gonna say it's bigger.
You think so? Yeah, it is probably more iconic.
I'm gonna say something bold here. It's probably the third best Christmas movie of all time.
Behind Die Hard.
Maybe second. I think I might put a Home Alone above Christmas Story. Some people may not. Some
I
people
fucking
would.
love Christmas Story.
Depends. Me too, but like you could make an argument.
Yeah, you could.
I would say, but
I love Home Alone
Die
too.
Hard is undeniably the best
Christmas movie of all
You're a
time,
fucking
hands
psycho
down.
if
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, if you don't think Die Hard's the best Christmas movie of all time, you put cheese on your pretzel.
100%. You're a psychopath, and look, I know like there's like a growing camp now, like, of people that are in for Die Hard, but the truth is, it is just a phenomenal movie.
Yes.
It's a great movie, and it is a Christmas movie.
Agreed. Okay, so that's settled. Our reviews are done. Let's talk Necronomicon. Who fucking dies in this movie? Mr. Wing?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go for the Stone Goyle.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
That was who I was going to say. Because you kind of beat my lead in. Because I was going to say Mr. Wing, Christopher Lee, Stone Goyle. And it's Stone Goyle.
Yeah,
it's Stone Goyle.
The Electro thing is just a little too wild for me.
No, I was literally leading into just saying Stone Goyle. You beat me to it. Stone Goyle it is.
Yeah, Stone Goyle is pretty lit.
Stone Goyle. By far, the coolest Goyle creation besides maybe Brainiac. But, like, there's just something about a gremlin being able to fly and also be in the sun. It's like a Batman villain almost. It's epic.
It is epic.
I love it.
It's Ozempic.
Yes, it's Chantix.
Ooh, Humira.
All the Tilo years. It's all those things combined into one, and it's great. I also do like that Mr. Futterman got the kill on this thing.
Yes.
But why am I talking about him? This is about honoring the Night Bat.
The Night Bat.
Yes. Just the design, everything about you, so superb. You deserve to be in our Necronomicon because you're probably alive and going to be in the third one and ruin our Necronomicon like the Fettermans probably did. You so deserve because you're so hot.
Oh, this is the hottest podcast
of all time. Okay, that is our eulogy. That is Gremlins 2, a new batch. And god damn it, we got week 3 of Sequel September. And Brian, do you know what's coming up next?
I absolutely do. It is going to be the ending of another series.
Yes.
Who likes to go camping? Me.
I'm a happy camper.
You are.
I'm a happy camper. I love the summer rain. I love the forest.
Yup.
Something
Women
rain
with dicks and stuff.
All right, we're doing Sleepaway Camp 3 Teenage Wasteland, which actually I'm not entirely sure if it's the last one in the series.
Yeah, for sure.
Did
they make a fourth?
So
don't do this. Don't do this.
Okay. So I did some research, Bri, because I'm a research guy.
Lord, Shane. Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Yes.
And then there's a fucking dude. There's so many more. What the fuck is this?
How many more are there?
Whoa! Holy hell! So there's Return to Sleepaway Camp, which I think is the 4th.
Yes.
Starring fucking Pussy from The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So one of
these are clearly Final Friday movies.
Okay. So here's one of these. I think it's Return to Sleepaway Camp is an unfinished movie.
It's actually...
It's a movie. All right. So I remember when I was researching this, right? Apparently they were filming it, stopped filming things, and just spliced in footage from the other films to finish the runtime or something like that.
That's sick.
So I don't even know if we're going to touch any more of these after this. I don't know if they're worth it to even do on Final Friday.
Sleepaway Camp 4.
We will discuss.
Oh, boy. I was kind of hoping this was over.
Yeah, that's why I said we'll discuss. Because we might just end it here at Sleepaway Camp 3. Because look at the time gap.
You kind of ruined my night.
There is about a 20-year difference between Sleepaway Camp 3 and Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Insanity.
Yeah, I think we're going to cut it here. If I'm just being real with you. Yeah, I think we might just cut it here.
I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, we'll probably just do that.
We should probably do that for more than one movie. Like Robert the Doll and like some of these movies that
We need to do more Robert the Doll.
Jesus.
Which actually, the sequel to Robert the Doll episode is coming out soon.
That's literally, we're nuts.
2 weeks away, I think we're getting The Curse of Robert the Doll.
So sorry if you watch this program.
Yeah, we're sickos. But yeah, all right, we are doing Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. So with that said, we are the final podcast signing off, and we will see you next week, where you better be a happy camper or something bad's going to happen to you.
That is very true. New episodes of this show every Monday, and our low-budget counterpart on Fridays. That is Final Friday with Mike G. What a hoot. It's a good time. Tune in.
The B Show.
You gotta do us some favors, though. You gotta give us that 5-star on Spotify. You gotta give us that 5-star on iTunes so we can continue to bring this great content to you on this Apple Podcast. My apologies.
And follow us on YouTube, The Final Podcast. We want to get to 60.
Yeah, we'll get there. Give us a follow. Let's chat. Let's talk some harmonies. Give us some recs. Give us some recs.
We'll do them.